What do you call a pirate that has 2 golden hooks? No, seriously, what do you call them? I was asking for a friend. Hey peeps, Falcore here. So I get quite a few private messages from people asking me about strange things they have found within the game, so I thought I'd make a video on them as they're pretty interesting. During the technical alpha of Sea of Thieves before it was released to the public, players had the chance to test out the core mechanics and features and send feedback to the Sea of Thieves developers. The response and helpful nature of the community spurred the developers to tribute them within the game in the form of Easter eggs that can be found around the world. So here is a list of them. Stuck on a pole on the western side of the ruined structures found on Lone Cove, there is a poster that reads, "Missing Captain Jack." Captain Jack was one of the most helpful and long-standing bug testers during the alpha until she went on holiday, leaving the community asking, "Where is she?" On Sanctuary Outpost, the tavern is actually named after a tester by the name of Clumsy George. It was awarded to him for being a great and active member of the community. He once joked on the forums that he wanted a broom in-game as a weapon, and it became quite the joke on the forum, hence why the Kraken in the tavern sign is holding a broom. In Smuggler's Bay is a random book surrounded by green candles. This is an Easter egg to Xbox addict and Georgie Tommy, who made a real-life custom book that housed a custom Sea of Thieves controller that they made for the developers. Sadly, however, Xbox addict died back in 2016, so this is quite a nice Easter egg to pay homage to one of the most passionate Sea of Thieves and Xbox players in the community. Also on Smuggler's Bay, this practice board can be found, and above it the name Ocom Fodu can be found. This was awarded to a player for reporting an accuracy problem with some of the pistol models. At Mermaid's Hideaway, a skeleton can be seen reaching for a rock with the name Archangel Aeon etched into it. This was the name of a tester who spent the longest amount of time swimming during the technical alpha, and probably died. You've probably noticed this happy fella sat at Mordor's Arch, snacking on a banana. Griffin McElroy was the first person ever to start the Crunch Challenge, which is to eat a banana with the skin on. And no, I'm not doing that. At Daggertooth Outpost near the tavern entrance, this wanted poster can be found. This was awarded to the player Music Me for being a positive member of the community and also producing a random wanted poster generator, which I believe was used for the Order of Souls bounty maps. At Sanctuary Outpost at the shipwright, this bucket nailed to a pillar with the name Carson is Pro etched into the metal plate was awarded to this player for being the first ever person to throw a bucket of sick at someone. Nice. Back to Mermaid's Hideaway, this poster can be found on the southeast cliff. This was awarded to player Zorarm for being an upstanding member of the Xbox Club. It reads, "Join Zorarm's infamous pirate club." On a random rock at Smuggler's Bay, this wall painting can be found awarded to the player Deathfire for earning the most gold and stealing the most chests in the technical alpha. You couldn't always fire yourself from a cannon, but when the feature was finally delivered to the players, a player named Dead Sniper made the most out of it by being the most cannon-fired player during the play sessions. This Easter egg was awarded to him on one of the peaks of Plunder Outpost, a charred skeleton with the name etched into the stone next to him. On the central isle of Wanderer's Refuge up on top of the cliffside, this poster can be found awarded to player Doomy 2018 for being a top bloke and all-round great community member. When the technical alpha was released to the general public, the first 5 players to enter the game world who were not part of the Microsoft staff have their names etched into this rock at Cannon Cove. It's quite easy to miss this one, but it can be found by facing the island via the dock and walking forward until making contact with this rock. Bananas weren't always in the game either, but when they were, player Freaky Dusty ate the most of them and was awarded this Easter egg located at Sanctuary Outpost. This barrel also always has a large amount of bananas inside. You've probably noticed this snake basket located at Snake Island. This was awarded to player Tartan Snake for being an upstanding member of the community, and also being very excited about the implementation of snakes within the game. Down at Galleon's Grave Outpost, a practice target can be found outside the weaponsmith with the name Gracie etched into it. This was awarded to the player for having the most accurate shots during a play session. At Golden Sands Outpost, this bony fella can be found holding a large scroll and quill. His gamertag, Demio Dorama, I don't know if I've pronounced that right, can be seen on the parchment. This was awarded for his contributions to the community as well as his extensive and lengthy game feedback. Among the rubble of a destroyed structure at Sanctuary Outpost, a mailbag can be seen. On one of the letters inside this mailbag, the gamertag Captain Cross can be found. This was awarded for his contribution in bug testing and also informing Rare of an invite problem with PC players. This one, located at Ancient Spire Outpost above the tavern door, was awarded to a player Lindsay Elsie during the final beta. It reads, "Mind your head." This was awarded for this amazing Twitch clip.
But I also can't.
At Ancient Spire Outpost at the equipment shop, a violin can be found with a player named Freya Catherine. This was awarded to her for her beautiful rendition of the Becalmed shanty tune played on her violin. Link to this video is in the description below. At the very top of Galleon's Grave, a dog bowl can be found with the name Kato tagged into it. This is actually the dog of one of the developers and was simply put there for being a very good boy, and let's face it, being extremely adorable. When in the Ferry of the Damned, facing the door to head back to the land of the living, a name engraving Hallower 1980 can be found on the lower portion of the right-hand pillar beside the door. This was put there in memory of the first ever player to die in Sea of Thieves, which took a total of 7 minutes and 32 seconds. Inside the Tavern of Daggertooth Outpost, nailed to a post at the left-hand side of the bar as you walk inside, a wanted poster can be found that reads, "Beware Fizzy Fox, Notorious Pirate Killer." This was awarded for sending a tremendous amount of players to the Ferry of the Damned during a play session. And lastly, the most comical of these Easter eggs that still gives me a laugh every time I see it, was awarded to this poor guy located at the south end of Shipwreck Island, who was the first player to ever die from fall damage. His gamertag etched into the rocks behind him. That about wraps it up, and there's plenty more Easter eggs in this game if you find them. I know of them. Please don't put down in the comments, "Falcore, you forgot about the one." I know about it, believe me, I know. I know every morsel and every corner and every facet of this game, and you know what? There is still not an Easter egg for Captain Falcore. Thanks very much for watching, people. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed the video, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And hell, click the bell, so you're always informed of Sea of Thieves news, updates, and other general guff that I might upload. Until next time, happy sailing everybody. Oh, and Happy New Year. Bye bye!